Good morning, students. Last week live class we studied five kingdom classification, taxonomy hierarchy, how Hinny formed, mule formed, and the liger formed and tiger formed. Then now today we will see the species. What do you mean by species? Species is the basic unit of classification in the taxonomical hierarchical system. It is a group of animal having similar morphological feature. The features morphological outside look it is same, but it is coming in the higher animal categories. We call it as that is a species. Other animals we didn't call as a species. There are some expectational animal is there which are produces sterile offspring only because of mating with closely related species only. Okay, so genus, it is a group of closely related species which have evolved from the common ancestor. It's only same, some genes are only one species which is called as a monotypic, many other means it is called as a polytypic, that you know the two, and then others we call it as a polytypic. Poly means many, mono means single. Okay, so red panda is there. We call it as a zoological term as Alluria fulgens, and is systematic of human beings. So how we classify in the human beings? We are coming under the kingdom Animalia. Coming under the kingdom of Animalia, we are higher animal. We are animal kingdom. Phylum is an animal with a notochord or vertebral column. We are all having backbone, so we call it as a animal kingdom and notochordal vertebral. So we are chordates. Okay, kingdom is animal, phylum is chordata. Why we call it as a chordatum? Because we have a backbone. Okay, next class Mammalia, because body covered with hair or fur, and we have a mammary glands. Okay, we will feed our young ones, though that is mammary gland is present. So we are Mammalia. Order is a primata. Why we are primata means we are forward looking eyes and grasping fingers, we having eyes having, fingers having, so we call as a we are as primata. And hominida family is a hominida because it is a we have a same faces and binocular vision, two eyes we are having by two. Okay, that only we call it a hominida. Homo sapiens, okay, we call it as a homo sapien. So genus is a homo, species is a sapiens. Okay, so because we have a higher intelligent things, we have a sixth sense, so the large brain also upright posture sides we are having, so we call homo. This is our systematic how we giving a name. Okay, next family, it is a taxonomic category which include a group of related genera with a similarly as a compared to gene and species. For example, for family, Felidae includes the genus Felis in the genus Panthera. This category which are assembled upon one or more related family which show the few common feature. One or more similar families are grouped together to form an order. For example, family Canidia and Felidae. Okay, because it's all coming under the Canidia or Felidae, the carnivorous. Okay, so monkeys, apes, the man is placed in the class Mammalia along with order of carnivorous which include dogs and cats also. Phylum, the group of classes which similar distinct characters constitute a phylum. The class features Amphibia reptile. Features means fish, Amphibia means frog, reptile means lizard, and aves means birds, Mammalia means us, and monkeys. Next higher category phylum chordata. The classes are some common feature is like presence of notochord and dorsal tube. Based on this only we are classified in the chordata. Okay, all living animal belong to the various phylum. So it is a taxonomy hierarchy. Nomenclature, it is all probably those words must be new to you, but they all mean human is a different foreign language. There are presently more than 6,000 languages in the world. An animal can be named as more than 6,000 ways. So already I told that we are talking 6,000 languages, but we didn't give up name different name in our own language having, but in that's why we have followed the zoological term. That is only we are later the taxonomical. So that only we are studied in this lesson. And hence there arise a need for a universal accepted scientific naming system of all organisms. So that's why universal Rana hexada means that is a frog variety, that universally world level whatever the language is French or English or Greek or Latin or Tamil, no problem at all. The zoological name is Rana hexada means that is a frog only. So the universal language only the nomenclature will be formed. Okay. So example, worldwide the scientific name Homo sapiens denote the humans. For example, Homo sapiens means it denoted only human. For I told Rana it's a frog. How I told her that same way only. The same name. This way we are giving the name for taxonomical hierarchy. Classified and grouping were done to facilitate a deeper understanding of the unique characters of each organism and its interrelation among closely related species. It plays a vital role in the arrangement of known species based on the similarity and dissimilarity. Numerous characters and its morphological genetic information. So feeding and pattern adaptation. This based on this they are giving a organism name. Okay, one of the primary responsible for systematic biological development. Biological nomenclature is not a systematic taxonomy, but it is a necessary in organism. Okay, so function based on the function, based on the character we are giving the name. Okay, so international code of zoological nomenclature, who give the name is that, like you are who give the guidelines, who can accept that, who can propose that, means because that is a international code of zoological nomenclature, ICZN. Okay, the scientific name ensure that each organism has only one name, all the each organism only one name. So binominal nomenclature, by means two, nomen means name, by means what, two, nomen means name. Biologist, below universally accepted principle to provide a name. Some principles we are giving the name. Everyone we can see one new animal, we cannot give the name, but we will give the name. But how the follow the principle and condition and characters. Okay. So that this system of naming the organism is called binomial. This system only we call as a binomial nomenclature. This is important question. So who is popularized by that? Carl Linnaeus. He only practiced the biologist all over the world. Example, the national bird Indian peafowl. That is name is Pavo cristatus. The national animal tiger name is Panthera tigris. And the Tamil Nadu state bird is the common emerald dove. Okay, dove is, we are called as emerald dove, but it is a zoological name is Calopagus indica, because Indian dove, so it is a indica. Okay, this is the binomial. Two name, it is a compulsory, that only nomenclature. Two is there. First one is Calopagus and Indica. Homo sapiens, two name is there, no? So that is some regulation, some principle is there. How can write that? But he see everyone, Panthera tigris. Panthera tigris is there, and he called as a Calopagus. C is a capital letter, I is a small letter. So first name Calopagus. C we start with the capital letter. Indica always you write in a small letter. And the same way for C national bird name Pavo cristatus. C is the small letters. Okay, P is the capital letter. This is the formula we can follow that. Next we go further, that is we call as a binomial nomenclature. Trinominal nomenclature. Tri is three, nomen means name. This naming system was proposed by the Huxley and Strickland. Okay, this is a Huxley and Strickland. Trinomen means three names. One is generic name, another one is species name and subspecies name. Here for two nomenclature, that is a binomial nomenclature, genus name and species name will come. In this the subspecies name also will come, means that is we call as a trinominal nomenclature. When member of this any species which have a large varieties, trinominal system is used. Large varieties in we can use this trinominal system. The base of the similarities, the species gets classified into subspecies. It is the extent of binomial nomenclature system which has an addition of subspecies. All the three names are set in italic only. So all the names are set in a italic name only. Handwritten, it should not be underlined separately. That is a Corvus splendens splendens. Okay, yes, both a small letter only. So you can if you are not writing in italic letter, you can underline that for the binomial or trinominal names. Okay, example Corvus splendens splendens, Indian house crow. Next, taxonomy. The practice naming the animal in which the generic name and species name are the same is called the taxonomy. So we will see in the next class, upcoming live class, we can see the rules of nomenclature. It's a very important question. Next class we will see this. Okay, thank you students.